You were able, Aisha, to meet some of these girls. What did they tell you after this tremendous ordeal that they went through?
Yeah, I mean, Hala, let me first of all say it was incredibly emotional for me personally, as someone who's covered this story since the very beginning, to be up close with most of the 21 and to actually be able to just ask them how they're doing, to which most of them said they were fine. I asked them how it felt to be back. They were happy about that, clearly, but they were so, you know, shy and withdrawn also with that. One thing, let me just say to you, Hala, before you even roll some of the sound from a brief conversation I had, the pictures do not do justice to how emaciated these girls are. I mean, as I held them just to kind of say welcome and it's good to have you back, they are literally just skin and bone. And I was really, you know, taken back by that. But, you know, they were still just girls. They giggled quietly, they muttered to themselves, clearly shocked by all the attention. But the Nigerian government is trying to limit access to the media access, and they say it's because they need time to recover. I was able to speak to one of the girls as she was heading out, just to get a sense of what she thinks about her future. Take a listen. Happiness?
Yeah, happiness.
It's wonderful. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, very happy.
Will you go back to school? You will go back to school?
Yes.
Yes? She said she wanted to go back to school. She said, I asked her what she wanted to study. She said that she wanted to study sciences. She wasn't the only girl I spoke to among the group of 21 that I asked about the future and going back to school. And a number of them said, yes, indeed, they wanted to continue those studies that were interrupted by Boko Haram. You know, as they made their way to the waiting bus that the government had laid for them to go back to where they're being kept, you know, they were just so sweet, Hala. I mean, for everything that they'd been through, you know, they smiled broadly. Many of them, they wanted to, you know, they were open to being spoken to by a complete stranger. It was really, really an incredible day to see them up close and to be there with their parents as they met the Nigerian president.
And I wonder, I mean, did they give, I know it was only a handful of the girls and so many more were kidnapped 2.5 years ago, but do we have any indication of the of what the others are, where the others are, how they're doing, their treatment, etc.? Have we learned anything from them on that?
No, I mean, listen, again, the access to them is limited. The CNN has been able to speak to some of their parents, so we are getting a little bit more detail. But one thing that has come through over and over again is that the girls who were married off to Boko Haram commanders were taken away from the main group. So they were moved away, literally, and that the rest who were unmarried, who were mainly used to do manual labor, were kept together as a group. I spoke to someone who is involved in their care, their aftercare, now that they're back in Abuja, and the individual said to me, they are doing remarkably well considering the trauma and the terrors they have clearly witnessed. This person said to me that the focus right now is on getting them to eat and sleep and just rest. But we all saw the pictures from the weekend when they were reunited with their families and other government ministers, and the girls were just overjoyed and singing and just rejoicing. So this person is making the point that they've been through a lot, but their spirit is still intact. This is what that person said.